Hello guys and welcome to another MK Mobile video. I really hope you enjoyed my top 10 overrated characters in MK Mobile. By the way, if you haven't seen it, you can find the link in the description of this video. But today what we are doing is we are going to list the top 10 underrated characters in MK Mobile, in my opinion. Of course, this video is totally biased and totally prejudiced, so if you disagree with me somewhere, it is perfectly fine. And another important thing to clarify here is that if I am saying that the character is underrated, this doesn't necessarily mean that the character is the best in the game or something like this, or he is as good as juggernauts such as MK11 Scorpion and classic Liu Kang. No, all this means is that I think that this character is definitely not trash. He is very useful in certain situations, and if you know what to do with this character, he can shine in many game modes. With that said, let us jump straight into number 10. Number 10 on my list, guys, belongs to Treacherous Tania. I know some of you already asking themselves, but Treacherous Tania has been used more frequently recently, and that is correct. However, I still believe she is kind of underrated. A lot of players are using her mainly in boss battles thanks to her ability to break gear. However, I would say that she's much better than that. She can be used in faction wars. She has very useful passive, which combined with OIA tech makes sure that you are immune to power drain. That's right, you don't need MK11 Raiden, you can do it with Treacherous Tania, and unlike MK11 Raiden, whose passive works for 5 other characters, Treacherous Tania passive works for any character in the game. So she really has very useful passive, and she shouldn't be used just against bosses because she can shine everywhere, faction wars including. Coming in at number 9, guys, is Marksman Konjin. Poor Konjin. Nobody likes him, nobody plays with him. I don't remember the last time when I saw him in faction wars. He's totally forsaken. And this is a very good example, guys, because I'm not saying that Marksman Konjin is a great character. Definitely he isn't one of the best characters in the game. He's extremely squishy, his passive relies on chance, and as you well know, I don't like this, but he can be a lot of fun. And if given the good support, the correct support and the correct talents, he can be extremely fun to play, and he can finish faction wars battles in very short time. So why not consider dusting him off? Coming in at number 8, guys, is another Tania, Kobuto Tania. I'm wondering, guys, why people don't use her. I mean, her passive is sick. She can literally one-shot a gold character with her special 1. All she needs is some decent gear and block breaker, because her basic attacks are not really that great. But if she's given that, she's totally unstoppable, and she's extremely fun to play. And I would say that because she's faction wars exclusive, she's even easier to obtain. I mean, if you focus on maxing her, you don't have to spend souls. Once you have maxed all your gear, all you have to do is invest your blood rubies in Kobuto Tania, and this means that you have a lot of free souls to spend on diamonds. All in all, I would say that Kobuto Tania is a very good character. Number 7 on our list, guys, belongs to Regdevorah. Oh my, I know, Regdevorah is hated by so many people. She's literally considered to be the worst diamond in the game, which I strongly disagree with. I mean, come on. She has unblockable special attack, her passive is pretty good, and it is true that her basic attack sucks, but this is not the end of the world anyways. You can easily go around that without any issues. All she needs is a block breaker, and after all, she's a diamond, so she can afford that. She has 4 equipment slots. And I would say that Regdevorah, together with some other characters, will form one of the strongest poison teams in the game. I mean, it is that strong that at some point it even feels a little bit unfair. So if you haven't tried it yet, guys, just put her in a team with Classic Reptile and Ravenous Melina, and you will know what I'm talking about. And coming in at number 6, guys, is one of my favorite support characters, Xyrox. A lot of people hate Xyrox because he's slow. But I'm asking, so what? I mean, it really doesn't bother me at all. If the character is that slow that it is borderline unplayable, which Xyrox isn't, but even if you agree, for the sake of argument, that he is so slow that it is unplayable, it is perfectly fine. I'm just going to keep him tagged out, and then I'm going to take advantage of his passive so I can kill my enemies. It is that simple. And Xyrox is a very versatile character. He can work in so many teams. And if we disagree on the basic attacks part, I mean, it is obvious that he doesn't have the best basic attacks, but he is definitely not that bad. He is one of the greatest characters in the game when it comes to chaining Special 1. And on top of that, his Special 1 has the highest minimum damage among any gold characters, which make it a perfect candidate for a Devastator. And with the Devastator, Xyrox Special 1 is totally devastating, guys. Ronin Tequila is the character at number 5. Now, Ronin Tequila has one of the highest attacks in the game, and I really don't understand why a lot of people don't like this character. I mean, definitely he truly shines in a Ronin team, and this is one of his biggest drawbacks, but even outside of a Ronin team, if given the appropriate gear, he can be really devastating for the enemy team. I mean, his Special 1 is really powerful. It can almost one-shot a fully maxed out diamond character. So I would say that Ronin Tequila is definitely a very underrated character, because he can shine outside of a Ronin team for sure, and he can shine if given the correct equipments. He can be simply unstoppable. Coming in at number 4, guys, is Classic Goro. Another character who people dislike mainly because he has slow basic attacks. Another question coming from me is, so what? I mean, Classic Goro has pretty great passive. He's ideal for an opener because even if he gets killed, I mean, it's not a big deal, he will come back. He has unblockable Special 1, a passive that boosts the attack of his teammates, so it is not necessary for him to be fast because he is not considered to be a fighter, right? He's a tank who can come back eventually and deal tons of damage by simply using Special 1, and on top of that he is a pretty decent opener. So once again, it is not required for him to be fast because he is not a fighter. So if you are trying to play with him as a fighter, then definitely he is not going to be the best character because this is not his position, right? This is not what he's designed for. With that said, I truly believe that Classic Goro is a very underrated character. It is a shame because he's very versatile, he can fit in any team, and he's one of the safest openers in the game. Coming in at number 3, guys, is Classic Jax. Guys, why do you hate Classic Jax? I mean, I fully admit that his passive sucks. His passive is very underwhelming for a diamond character. However, he has pretty great stats, especially when it comes to health, which is the second highest in the game. And he has unblockable Special 2 that deals a lot of damage. So all you need to do is tag him in, do Special 2, kill whoever is standing, then tag him out, and then repeat the process. The easiest way to make him shine is to include him in a team with 3 characters, and the only thing in common between them is that they have unblockable Special 2. It is so easy, this team will destroy anything. So it can be, for example, Classic Jax and any other character that has unblockable Special 2. It can be a gold character, for example, Kintaro. Why not? All you have to do is tag in whoever has 2 bars of power, do Special 2, then tag him out, and thanks to the teamwork talent, you'll be constantly repeating this process, and this will guarantee easy victory. Classic Jax is underrated simply because his Special 2 is amazing, and if you know how to utilize this, you cannot lose. And coming in at number 2 is the greatest damage dealer in MK Mobile. Unfortunately, this character is very underrated, guys, and this character is Nightmare Freddy, and he suffers from this syndrome. He is slow, therefore he is bad. Guys, this is really wrong approach. If the character is slow, it simply means that you shouldn't tag this character in and start punching the enemy all the time. This is the wrong approach. All you have to do in terms of playing Freddy, for example, is to know when to tag him in safely. And once you do that, and once you have 1 bar of power, Freddy can one-shot any diamond character using simply his special one. That's all it takes. His special one, and he can do that even outside of a nightmare or horror team. He's really that strong. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't use him because he is slow and because his special 2 has this annoying bubbles minigame. Well, I agree with his special 2. It requires you to score over 90% on the minigame in order for it to become unblockable. This is really annoying, but once again guys, you don't need his special 2. All you have to do is tag him in and assassinate any enemy character using simply your special one. This is more than enough. And before I reveal my champion, guys, it is time for our honorable mentions, and this time this is going to be extremely easy because my honorable mentions are all basic gold characters that boost the attack by 30%, such as Demolition Sonya, Sun God, Kodokan, Ninjutsu Scorpion, and so on and so on. These characters are incredibly underrated, guys. You can achieve a lot by only having them in your team without using them at all. If you are don't feeling confident playing with them, that's fine. You just place them in your team and your main damage dealer damage will rocket sky high. This is how useful those characters are. Unfortunately, because they have low stats and overall not that great damage on the special attacks, a lot of players disregard them for some reason, but the truth is that they are extremely useful. People learn all the time, guys, and number 1 in our current video is an amazing example of that. Just a few weeks ago I had this podcast with Leo, the winner of our previous challenge, and this guy actually opened my eyes about Regdevorah Jade. Guys, Regdevorah Jade is by far the best Jade in the game. She's 10 times better than Assassin Jade, and I would say 3 times better than MK11 Jade. She is totally unfair, guys. Currently you're seeing a video of me fighting a maxed out Circle Shadow team using my Fusion for Regdevorah Jade. And the enemy team tried everything. I didn't tag out Jade once. They were doing X-ray over X-ray over X-ray and nothing changed. Regdevorah Jade remained invincible. She couldn't be killed. I am convinced, guys, that she is really one of the best characters in the game, which wasn't the case 2 or 3 weeks ago, because to be honest, she was standing at Fusion 1, Fusion 2, I wasn't using her that often, and I came to realize how great she is literally a couple of weeks ago, and now when I'm testing it, I know that Liu is correct. She is totally insane. And the reason why I consider her to be underrated is not because a lot of people think that she's bad, no they don't, but she always remains in the shadows of MK11 Jade and Assassin Jade, and I really believe that she deserves the spotlight much more than them combined.
They saying I'm the man, facts bro, lot of haters, tell me where they at though. I'm the new pop, all I do is rap though. Want me on your song, throw a couple stacks, yo. Woo! Everybody wanna do the same thing, that's why we ain't on the same page. Do my own thing, and I maintain, flow like water, so I'm going mainstream.
Okay guys, this is going to be all from me for today. I really hope that you enjoyed this video and you agree with my rankings. What do you think, guys? What is your ranking top 10 most underrated characters in MK Mobile? Please let me know down below in the comment section. See you next time, guys. Take care and stay safe.
Perfect.